All right, welcome back. Hopefully you tuned in, and welcome to this Sunday for part 2 of Surrounding Yourself with Greatness. Now, if you tuned in yesterday, we talked about the environment that we're around. I showed you some different techniques that I use, that I constantly do. Even some that I didn't show you. I have a little thing on my shaver that I pick up in the morning. It's a medallion to remind me of how to start the day. So that if you missed yesterday, you need to go back and watch, because it's surrounding yourself with greatness and your environment, the things around your house that most likely you already have. Another big thank you to you, the listener, because just before this post went on, I got the little review from Facebook, and thanks to you, we had 1,500 of you reach this week and 1,000 active with me. So that's a wonderful thing. You give me the inspiration to keep going. So thank you so much for that. Hopefully we're doing each other some good. We're learning how to live, laugh, and grow, and that's what it's all about, to have an awesome 2019. So what is the part 2 of surrounding yourself with greatness? Well, there was one of the authors that I listen to and have a lot of his audio programs. He's famous in a book for writing. His name's Charles Tremendous Jones. And he said that you'll be who you'll be 5 years from now based off the books you read and the people you meet. The books you read is what we're here to talk about today. Surrounding Yourself with Greatness by Ben Hampson. Thanks for tuning in, buddy. Surrounding yourself with greatness by the books that you read. And like Tremendous Jones said, you'll be 5 years from now who you are because of the books you read and the people you meet. Now, I have to admit, that's a struggle for me, because it's hard for me to sit down and read very many chapters in a book. I always have a book around. I usually always have them in the car with me. I usually try to take him to doctor's appointments and that with me. But I've taken speed reading courses, all that. I still consider myself a slow reader. But I could use your help on how you get into a reading habit. Because I know there's some of you out there who have, I met with a guy 2 days ago. He read 17 books last year. And I know some of you are probably looking, going, oh, there's no way I could do that. And then there's others going, really, that's it? That's all he read was 17? So I want to talk to you about some of the things that I've done and that do work for me, but I do want to find out from you what works for you to keep in front of you, to keep your motivation going. One of the cool things that I've showed you before, and here in a minute for the blessing to you, I'm going to turn the camera away from me and show you around my little computer room here a moment. In fact, I'll do that right now, and I just will let you know. So this is part of the Surrounding Yourself with Greatness that we talked about yesterday. I didn't show these two, but the one on the left is Rudy Ruettiger from the movie Rudy, and then my all-time hero, Zig Ziglar, and then I ended up sending the photo to him, got an autograph of him. And then this picture here, sorry, a lot of times it's always upside down, but it is a Risk poster, and it says you cannot discover new oceans until you have the courage to lose sight of the shore. So when you see that in the background now, you'll know what it says. Based off of yesterday, again, just some of these things up there have significant meanings to surround yourself with greatness. But today we're talking about these. The books that you read. Now, I've told some of you before, and if you've read my book, that you've seen this book is one of the old classics, and you can't hardly see this, but this is from 1985, December 12th of 1985. And that's when I first started getting into personal growth, self-development, and my, oh my, if you've heard me speak before, I needed self-help in a big way. So I love reading the old classics, the Dale Carnegie's, the How to Win Friends and Influence People. I have that book right there. How to Win Friends, Influence People. Some of those books are 35 cents back in the day, and they're classics to just have around and to look at. But what I've always done and been pretty good at is to be a highlighter. You know, and I wanted to share with you just the last thing that is in this book. It says, you are the master of your fate. Your motivations must move you forward. Nobody can think for you. Nobody can act for you. Nobody can succeed for you but yourself. Be glad of that. Remember, what the mind can believe, the mind can achieve. And that's what Napoleon Hill's most famous for. So one of the challenges that I did last year was, I told you a few minutes ago, I have a challenge keeping myself motivated to read. As many of you know me, I've done 10 chapters in the Bible for 7 years now. A lot of that now, though, is listening. It's not reading. But I went through several years of reading. So what I did last year was, yesterday I told you my coffee cups have significance to me. This is from the Ramsey Book Club. Last year, Dave Ramsey started a book reading club, and I'm a huge Dave Ramsey fan and advocate, and work his program to death. Love it. In fact, one of his books is here, The Legacy Journey. It's how to leave an awesome legacy for your family. So, but anyway, I started on Dave's plan last year because I told you I have a challenge getting myself to read. So what he came up with last year was a book reading club where you got one book a month, and then at the end of the month you had the opportunity on Facebook to tune in live on Facebook to an interview with the author. So that was a tremendous push for me last year. But like I told you, sometimes I fail miserably. I read 10 of the 12 books last year. And I'm going to show you now one of the best books that I read all year. My boss actually just bought all of us that work for her, one of these books based off the recommendation from the Ramsey Book Club. And that one is called On Fire. I will tune back around so you get rid of my bald head. But this is called On Fire by John O'Leary. It is, it's just an incredible book if you're looking for something. And one of the brand new ones that just came out that was fun for me because I got to do some surveys with this. I got to help them pick the colors and how they were going to do the layout of the book and that. But it just came out last week. It's called Everyday Millionaires. It's how ordinary people built extraordinary wealth and how you can too. So basically, they take away the myth that the American dream is gone and that you can't become a millionaire. You have to inherit it. You have to be a superstar athlete, some of that. And all of that is just not true. So that's a tremendous read. And then I'm going to talk to you about the book of the century that nobody knows about yet. Here's a book called Becoming Your Own Champion, Achieving Your Dreams on Your Own Terms. And oh my God, look who the little author guy is. Actually, many of you know that have been following me know that I wrote a book about a year and a half ago called Becoming Your Own Champion. I will post below where you can get it.